What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If anyone is curious, I did get my stitches out earlier today and I've got some more movement in my arm. I can kind of move it freely a little, but I'm still wearing this bionic thing. So that's that, but that's not what I want to talk about today. I'm home and I've been thinking about photography and I guess myself as a photographer moving forward and things like that. And, it kind of dawned on me, being a photographer just isn't what it used to be. I've been doing this coming up on close to 20 years now. And back in the day, you could just grab your camera, take some pictures and deliver them, really. But today it feels like good photography is just a starting point. And if you want to be taken seriously, you got to start juggling way more than things like camera settings and your shutter button. Now, don't get me wrong, photography has always required you to wear a couple of hats. You had to handle your photography, obviously, your photo editing, and you had to manage clients as well, which is its own thing, of course. But in today's world, those things have just multiplied. And now there's so much more that you have to be able to be competent at. Be competent at? Be competent with. Be competent at. You have to be a photographer, a content creator, a social media strategist, a photo editor, a video editor, a director, a creative director, a director of photography, even an AI operator of sorts. And all those roles are becoming equal parts of the job. So let's break some of that down. You have the business mindset. And this is the part that people don't always see. Yes, you are creating art, but you're also writing contracts and sending invoices and negotiating with clients. And the reality is business intuition is what separates a hobbyist from a professional, because creativity can only really pay the bills when you've already built a system that can support it. And then of course you have social media pressure. And for a lot of people, that's the hardest hat to wear. It's hard to keep up with all of the latest trends and posting schedules and analytics and just all the things involved in all the different platforms. You have to constantly post photos and reels and TikToks and shorts to Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Pinterest and LinkedIn and this and that. And it can be overwhelming. It's a lot to do, a lot to handle. And so I have some movement, not a lot, but I have one hand. That was a joke. It's a bad joke. Anyways, all of these social media platforms are how a photographer is judged nowadays. And your online social media presence oftentimes will be your portfolio before people even get to your website. And the crazy thing is you're rarely even showcasing your work. It's more about your personal brand. People want to connect with the person behind the camera. Obviously, they want to see good photos, but it's a lot more intriguing when you see the person behind it. So you have to be more aware of even just your personal brand outside of your photography work, which is a weird thing for a lot of people. Because I get it, you're not necessarily in this to advertise yourself as a person. You're here to advertise the work that you can provide. So why does my breakfast matter, But people are into that. It's the world we're in, And I get it. It is what it is. Personality is part of the brand. Brand identity, personal brand, it's all intertwined. And then of course the tricky part with brand identity is who is really who, because then you have the AI shift. And this is the newest piece of the puzzle. And it's not just about editing photos faster per se. It's helping with planning and organizing photo shoots, SEO, marketing, even client communication oftentimes. I know a lot of you have probably used ChatGPT or something to write an email. And while contrary to popular belief, AI will not be replacing photographers, it is unfortunately changing expectations. Customers are going to start to wonder, why not use AI to edit the galleries faster? Or why can't you generate some mystical imagery that they thought up in their minds, the way they explained it to you better or something like that. But, really you have to adapt. This is the world that we're coming into. There's a new tool at our disposal. A lot of people are going to use it. And if you don't, you will fall behind, at least to some degree. Obviously, you can etch out your own path or genre or niche. But as far as just being like an active competitor in the market, I guess, these are things that you will be competing with. So if you're not competing with it, you better have an edge. Otherwise, you risk falling behind. So there's not much else to say about that. So here's the challenging part of it all. The balance. How do you balance all of those things? You have your artistry, your business, your content creation, your AI, your marketing, and everything in between all pulling at your attention. and really using up all of your available time. The trick is, at the end of the day, you really have to just love what you do, and maybe not all parts of it. I don't like sending emails. Sometimes I have to sit down and send 20 emails all at once, and that's frustrating because it's redundant, it's monotonous. It's just like, what am I doing? But I love photography, and I love it enough that I can deal with those other things so that I can continue to pursue my passion for photography. And if you don't love it, if you don't have like a real passion for it, like genuinely have a passion for it, or even if you lose a spark for it, then all that extra noise can really just be overwhelming, and you kind of lose yourself in it, and you wind up just quitting. So moving forward, photographers that will thrive will be the ones who adapt to all of these different layers, the ones that embrace all of the things that this new technological world throws at them. And don't get me wrong, it's not about being perfect at everything. It's about being open-minded enough to adapt to these tools, to learn what you can do with them, to experiment, and really just embracing it all without letting it define who you are or what you do. You know, not that long ago, a lot of people were saying that AI was cheating. You know what I'm saying? But little by little, photographers just started using it more and more and more. And of course, there's still a few purists out there that will claim that it's cheating, but what's wrong with a little generative fill? You know what I'm saying? That stuff's awesome. Here's the thing, no matter what else comes out, no matter what new things come around, at the heart of it all, photography doesn't change. It's about storytelling and creating connections and eliciting emotions through your visuals. And honestly, I think that's something that, at least for now, AI and algorithms, they just can't replace that. So, you know, keep doing you. And don't be afraid to add a little bit of sauce on it. So with that being said, let me ask you a question. What does being a photographer nowadays mean to you? Has all of this new stuff changed the way you approach your work at all? Are you embracing it? Are you a purist? You know, do you not crop? I know that's a thing too. Yeah, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. So drop a comment down below. And, you know, same as always, if you liked the video, if you found this helpful at all, hit the like button, consider subscribing, maybe share it with a fellow creative, get their take on it. And, and I'll keep you guys posted on my recovery process. It's quite the ordeal, and I'm watching a lot on Netflix. So if you have any recommendations for my time at home, drop it in the comments. Or Hulu, Apple TV, Disney, HBO, whatever. Just anything good to watch, let me know, guys. Peace.